These are the waiver wire pickups for week 3. First up on the list is Kulali. The sophomore forward looks like he's about to have a breakout season. He's off to a hot start this year, averaging 18 points per game. He's also getting 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.5 steals, and knocking down 2 3-pointers per game. He's also protecting the ball very well, only turning it over around 2.5 times per game, and he's shooting it very efficiently, knocking down 59% of his attempts from the field and 83% of his attempts from the charity stripe. And the best part is, I think he's yet to reach his ceiling. Last year, he averaged 0.8 blocks per game, and this year he's only averaging 0.3. He's 6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan, and I think it's only a matter of time before he sees some positive regression. The Wizards just picked up his third-year option, so he should be locked into heavy minutes on a roster that is in full-on player development mode. And with the injury bug making its rounds early this year in the NBA, I think he's a fine pickup in both points and category leagues. He's only rostered in 41% of leagues, and I think that number should be much higher. Number 2 on the list is Nick Richards. With the ominous cloud looming over Mark Williams once again, Richards has been thrust into a larger role, and he's taken full advantage of his opportunity. Averaging nearly 14 points, 12 rebounds, a half a steal, and 2.5 blocks per night. And this is while shooting at 66% from the field. He has very little competition for minutes at the moment, and with Brandon Miller nursing a hip injury, his role has taken on even more importance. He will hurt you from the free throw line, but he is still worth rostering in every format. Williams is still without a defined timetable for a return, which means Richard should still be locked into around 30 minutes per night, and as long as that's the case, he should be a lock for a double-double, along with a block or 2 every night. He's only rostered in 49% of leagues, and if you're in need of a center, he's definitely someone to target. Staying in Charlotte, number 3 on the list is Trey Mann. Mann is also benefiting from Brandon Miller being out of the lineup. Despite coming off of the bench, he still managed to average around 21 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and half a block per night. And this is all in just under 29 minutes per game. He's also making 3 3-pointers per game. That's the biggest difference I see in him this year. He's taking an absurd 7 attempts per game. Whether or not that's sustainable remains to be seen, but as long as he's throwing them up at that rate, he's definitely worth an ad. I know LaMelo Ball has been on absolute fire to start the year, and I truly hope he stays healthy, but given his history, I'm not very confident in his ability to do so. It also doesn't seem like Vasilije Micic will eat into his workload very much, so if you're in need of a guard and you also have an open roster spot, I would not only add Mann, but I would hang on to him. Number 4 on the list is Grady Dick. Dick has been a pleasant surprise for the Raptors this year, nearly doubling his scoring and defensive production while improving his efficiency. For the year, he's been averaging nearly 19 points per contest. He's also getting 1 steal and nearly half a block. And he's making a little bit over 2 3-pointers per game. And he's been pretty efficient while doing so, making 49% of his attempts from the field and shooting it 90% from the free throw line. I know he's definitely benefited from both Emmanuel Quickley and Scotty Barnes being out of the lineup, and while Quickley is supposed to make his return relatively soon, Barnes is not. So Dick should have a nice opportunity to produce for the foreseeable future. He's definitely a better pickup in points leagues, but he's still a good pickup as a specialist in category leagues. He's only rostered in 37% of leagues, and if you're in need of a scorer, he's definitely someone to target. Number 5 on the list is Wendell Carter Jr. With Paulo Banchero tearing his oblique, the entire Magic roster is going to need to step up. Carter was already locked into a starting role, but with the Magic's need for size, he should see at least a slight uptick in his minutes. He won't get you very many points, but he will get you rebounds and steals, and should be a lock for a double-double most nights. He is dealing with some minor knee tendonitis, but it's not thought to be serious, and if you're in need of a low-end big, I would definitely consider picking him up. Those are the waiver wire pickups for week 3. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and let me know which players you think we should pick up in the comments below.